Good evening, scissor wielding friends and strangers. This is Sarah from Pegasus Paper Co. And tonight we are going to turn a queen into a sorceress. This is an altered playing card project that I've put together for a challenge being done on junk journaling for everyone, a really wonderful junk journal community. We have a group on Facebook. Anyone can join. I'll put a link below. If you aren't already a member, feel free to come join us. And this assembly demonstration is also just good for people who have gotten this kit on my shop and want to know how to put it together. But I'm just going to show you how to do this, and people in the group, you don't need to use my kit. You can use any materials you want. The important thing for you for this challenge is to create some kind of altered playing card that has the theme related to your project, but also has a theme of something you wish for, or a place you can make wishes, something you hope for. So this is just about looking towards the future and visualizing something good that you'd like to come towards you. Okay, so we're going to start with this queen card, and I'll just push these aside and bring in a paper to protect this lovely desk. So we're starting with the card, and a lot of people do altered playing cards where you can still see some of the card, and that's great too, but in this case I'm just going to use it for the sturdiness to give an extra heft to our little project. So first, this is the Queen to Sorceress tutorial after all, so we are going to replace this beautiful Queen of Hearts with our little sorceress who will be casting our wishes for us into her cauldron. You can see she's all poised and ready to do a spell, so that's just convenient, isn't it? All right, so I'm going to start by just gluing the back of this card. Look at the edges and the interior. All right, I'm going to place the queen in its centered position on the card. You can wiggle it around a little bit because glue sticks are very forgiving. Just try and get it generally centered. I've left extra space on the image so you can trim the excess. So it doesn't matter so much if you're perfect or not. All right, now if you have scissors or a credit card, you can smooth that down, make sure the glue is taken. If you have a brayer roller, that's lovely too. Great. Okay, so we've got our sorceress, and I'll give it half a moment to dry. There we go. And now I'm just going to trim around the edges. Makes things easier later if you just trim it once you've glued it down before doing the other side, because then you have to imagine where the edges are. So we'll trim the painting like so. Now, of course, the back of these cards are particularly lovely. You could leave your backs showing, except that I want to put a pocket here for wishing. So, and I'll also look on the other side. I see I've got a tiny bit of trimming to do just here. Very tiny. Okay, so we've got our sorceress on the card, and it's already fairly sturdy, but let's make her even stronger, shall we? We'll add the backing. I'm going to put some glue on there again. Just glue all around the edges and then fill in the center as always. And then we'll put the card down in a centered position. Wiggle it a little before pressing everything firmly in place. There we go. Okay. And if you have an object, a credit card, brayer roller, whatever, just go over this. If you have journaling clips, you can clip it until the hold of the glue has its own strength. Okay, and I'll stall for a moment while letting the glue dry. That's good enough. And now we'll just trim the edges again here. Bit more around this edge. Now these are very thick playing cards, so it's quite easy to cut in the right place. They almost push the scissors into the right position. There we go. Okay, so now she's all trimmed. If you're going to ink the edges, I wish I had my ink with you so I could demonstrate, but if you have ink, you've probably done this before. I would just put a bit of ink all around the edges if you've got it. If not, no problem, carry on with me. We can always find a way to make do with whatever is about. Okay, so now we're going to add the pocket. And of course I don't want to cover our beautiful sorceress, so I'm going to put this on back. Now I'll just line this up on the back of the card. Since I've trimmed it down, it won't be the same measurement anymore, right? So depending on whether you have standard cards or some that are ordered from overseas that might be a bit smaller than normal, it's always good to just check the measurement. So I'm going to fold it here and just right around the edge of the card like so, just to make sure that it's not too big before I glue it down. And actually, I've recently discovered that I really like kind of leaving a bit of the background showing around the pocket. So actually what I'm going to do is just fold it myself a little differently so that I can still see some of this lovely deep midnight blue color poking through the edges. Obviously this is not a very precise way to go about things. If you have your ruler with you, you can fold along the edge of the ruler. That's a really good trick to make things extra nice, but we're just doing what we can. All right, so that leaves just a hint of the midnight blue. I think I'd like even a little bit more, so I'm going to fold this one in a bit more. Okay. You always want to check your position before gluing things down just to avoid any potential issues. That's going to fit beautifully though, so I think I'm ready to glue. I'm going to just glue the edges of these tabs. Now you can glue it down flat on the paper, or if you're concerned about accidentally getting glue on the interior pocket bit, you can just hold it up like this and glue along the edge that way. That works just as well, and it's a bit neater on your paper. Okay, so you've got your tabs folded, and let's just place this where we want it. And press it down firmly. You see, the card pocket is so powerful that when we said down, the glue stick obeyed. This is a good sign for our wish pocket. I'm being facetious, of course, but anyway, here we go. Get that nicely in place. Okay, so now our wish pocket is assembled, and we still have these extra pieces in our kit. Remember those? All of these little ribbons. Now you're probably wondering what on earth those are in the kit there. These are actually wish banners. So what is a wish pocket without somewhere to make wishes, right? Just trimming a little extra. So the pocket will hold your wishes, and you can write all of your wishes, hopes, and dreams on these little banners and just tuck them in. This is something you can put in a journal and go back to just to remind yourself of what you're aiming for, so you don't lose sight of your dreams. And if you are one of my witchy friends, here are some words that you can use when making your wishes. This is Latin. Ego vultus, ego video. It means I look, I see. And this is to remind you that with any wish, with any hope, with any dream in this world, half the battle is just being open to the possibilities around you and seeing the opportunities to make your dreams come true. For example, you could have a specific wish, and you're walking around in the world, and opportunities that could lead you towards the instantiation of that wish appear all around you, but because your eyes aren't open and you aren't really paying attention and looking for possibility, you might completely miss those chances and not take the paths that lead you to your dreams. So this is a reminder to always be on the lookout for opportunities and new roads that can lead you to what you seek. I look, I see. Good for all of us to remember. I'll just tuck that in. And there you have it. A little wish pocket altered playing card. Have a lovely evening, and may all your dreams come true.